Jamie Carragher has some harsh words about Marcus Rashford. We're going to take a look at it because this is a big debate, and this is going to be one of the things that is going to decide how Amorim's career at Manchester United is going to go. Because a lot of managers in previous times have gotten this wrong, and if you guess this decision right, it could be huge. And that is the topic of Marcus Rashford. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We do a lot of football content, watch alongs, everything that you could ever desire. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and give a like to the video if you enjoy it. Let's get into it. So first things first, we'll have a look at what Carragher said because it does stir the pot a little bit. And obviously with Rashford getting dropped out of the squad for Man City, there is a topic of this conversation that we need to go through. So let's listen to Carragher first.
Ruben Amorim made a really big decision beforehand, didn't he? Rashford and Garnacho out of the matchday squad. How significant do you think that was and will be?
It's significant in that I think early on, we see this with most managers who come in, they want to send a message to the squad about the standards of the football club. I think in some ways it feels a bigger decision than it actually is, because it looks like a big message. He's left Marcus Rashford out. I mean, is Marcus Rashford in the best 11? Really? How good is he? You know, we're not talking about a world-renowned superstar here. You know, I actually think we talk about Marcus Rashford too much, if I'm being totally honest. You know, he's a good player. He's not a great player. He's been a really good player for Manchester United. It is time for him to leave the club. But whether there'll be any takers with the, you know, the wages the lad's on and things like that, who knows? But I just think a parting of the ways is inevitable at some stage. And I think for Manchester United and Rashford, the quicker that comes, the better.
So some harsh words from Jamie Carragher, and there's kind of two sides to this story. Obviously, Marcus Rashford has been at Manchester United his entire career. He's came through the academy there. It's his hometown club. He does have a lot to offer this club, but he's just turned 27, and now it's coming to a stage where it's not just one manager, it's not just two managers, it's multiple managers have come out and said that they've had issues with how he carries himself or how he conducts himself day to day, and that is an issue. Like, we can look at it here now, and I think with the new change of ownership that this is going to come to a decision, whether it's in January or in the summer. So Marcus Rashford is fighting for his Manchester United future after failing to impress Ruben Amorim. Manchester United are willing to sell Rashford if he does not elevate his standards on and off the pitch. And for Ruben Amorim, he's coming in where he has the backing of Ineos, whether you like it or not. And I did a video on them last week, talking about how they haven't been getting things right so far, but what they are doing is they want to elevate the standards of the club. And Ruben Amorim, what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to look and decide, right, if someone does not want to elevate their standards to what he thinks is the right level to be able to change the culture of the club, then you're gone. So many Manchester United managers in previous times have said they can see the ability in Marcus Rashford, and what they hope to do, and what we've seen him try to do, Eric Ten Hag being the kind of main culprit, is we want to obviously get more out of him. And if he can perform to that level, then we'll obviously keep him in the club. But when he does the things that he does off the pitch, inevitably, that's when you have to take that decision where you're not fit to play for Manchester United. And the thing is that they've never had the bravery to make that decision. They usually end up giving him a contract of 350 grand a week, and then they're stuck in this position. So Ruben Amorim is in that position that so many managers previously have been in. He has to obviously give him a chance, and that's why I think he is going to give him a chance now, and he's going to see what he's like coming up to January and the summer. But if it doesn't change, then that's when he needs to take a decision and to let him go. So let me find out, why was Marcus Rashford dropped from the squad for Manchester City? Ruben Amorim's decision to drop Marcus Rashford from the squad for the derby was because he had been informed from senior member of the club that the player had been out partying the night before till the early hours of the morning. Like, the stuff that came out when Amorim first came in, where Casemiro and Rashford were over in America when they had 2 or 3 days off, that didn't look good at the time. Then this comes out. It doesn't paint the right picture from someone that you would think would be hopefully leading by example, a local lad, someone that you want to support. And as I just said, a lot of United fans want them to succeed. It's not painting the right picture. And it's coming to the end now. If he doesn't get the potential that we know he has, if he doesn't be able to get that level up quickly, and even his standards, whatever about maybe not reaching your potential in terms of ability, but just your standards, have high standards. Roy Keane talks an awful lot about it on Sky Sports, because he knows what it takes to win at Manchester United. And it's just, he gets so frustrated when you see him talking about how much the standards have dropped, and Rashford is a good example of how much those standards have dropped. So then, if we look at maybe some of the stats of Rashford over his time at Manchester United, and I'm gonna compare it to someone that was at Manchester United for a long time as well, and you might be able to have a guess. Let me know in the comments who you think this might be before I show you. And Rashford, he's had a good enough career in terms of playing at Manchester United. So 287 appearances, 87 goals per match, probably 0.3. So 1 in every 3 matches he scores a goal, which is a decent return. It's not crazy numbers, but it is decent. But if we compare that to someone that was at the club and was deemed a failure, and was potentially a Ballon d'Or winner, because that was in his clause, and that is Anthony Martial. So 209 appearances, 63 goals, and they have the exact same goals per match. So that's the kind of trajectory that you're going to see Marcus Rashford go down if he does end up leaving Manchester United, and that's the type of look that they would similarly have from their time at Manchester United, regardless of him being a homegrown player. And then finally, just to wrap it up, and I think it kind of summed up the performance of Ahmad at Manchester City and what we've seen with Marcus Rashford, because he's done something similar when he was coming through the ranks. Those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it. So Rashford has had this opportunity. He's played at Manchester United his whole career. He was an up-and-coming star from the academy, and Ahmad is coming through that same trajectory. Would Rashford want to look back at his time and say, I didn't do everything that I could have done, in the same way that obviously Ahmad is hopefully going to go on and do big things for United? As a United fan, that's what you would hope. But Rashford is coming to that stage now where he's going to become a player that never reached his potential. And I don't think anyone at Manchester United would want that from him. Even as a Liverpool fan, you want to look at players, you want to see them reach their potential. And Rashford is someone who, if he goes on, he leaves Manchester United, you probably go to like PSG or something like that. He's going to go somewhere where he get a big paycheck, and his career will have ended up as not being something that he would have wanted. So it is coming to a decision time for Marcus Rashford. What does he want to do? Does he want to get his head down, help to rebuild Manchester United to the club that they hopefully can become again under Ruben Amorim, or does he want to waste his career? But I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Do you think Manchester United should get rid of Marcus Rashford, or should they keep him, give him another chance? It is a massive decision for Ruben Amorim, and one that he has to get right. So I think this could be a defining moment for both Ruben Amorim and Marcus Rashford. Let me know in the comments, and I shall see you all on the next one.